Hello, 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 hello. I am back. This time with Mabi again. I really liked doing the voice acting for Apocalypse for all the different characters and stuff, so. And it seemed like it was something that people liked to watch as well, so I figured I kind of want to go back and start doing that again and just kind of get the entirety of Apocalypse done instead of just like most of G24 and all of G25. I probably won't redo the rest of G24 and G25 because I've already done it and it's been successfully archived, but I do want to get the entirety of Apocalypse done. Okay, let's turn sound up. Okay, so storyline Apocalypse. Oh, wait, I said G21. I meant G22. Whoops. I derped. I could have sworn Divine Knights was 19. Well, I thought Divine, for some reason, I thought Divine was 18, 19, 20. Alright, let's go back. Give me a sec. Gonna hydrate a little bit. It's been a bit. Okay. All good. Alright, let's do our best. The long... ASCII's highest speed articulation? Oh, from the most recent one? Are people here? Okay, let me grab my thingy. Okay, I'll do it 3 different ways. The first way, I'll do it just like Angie high speed articulation. The second way, I'll do it with like Angie gangster style. And then the third one, I'll do it like Onesan style. Okay. So just to make sure, this is the one where it's like, あなたは変態ロリコン数えるすくべのバカな体の単純ハレンジ男ですわ. Right? It's that one, right? Okay. So first one. あんたは変態ロリコン数えるすくべのバカな体の単純ハレンジ男ですわね. That was fun. Wow, touchy with the... Wow, Indra. Okay, so second time, I'll do it, but with the like, Aki gangster style, like the hora hora. さあ、あんたはね、変態ロリコン数えてスケベなバカな体の単純なハンドレンジ男ですわね。あんたの臭いものだよね。That's the second one. And finally, on his own version. あんたはね、変態ロリコン数えるスケベのバカな体の単純なハレンジ男ですわね。本当にめんどくさいんじゃないの。置いておいてくれないんですか？消えなさい。Hey, that's all 3. That's a good warm-up for today. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Do you think it was good?
It was great.
Thank
you.
I'm not sure what instant replay, what the difference between the two was, but... Okay, so I got apocalypse quests. Request a job at Ulad. Talk to the merchant. Location check. You are Over there. Okay. What do you mean needs more chicken? The chicken was delicious. I ate it before I quit. Dark soul. Dark soul. Dead soul. Huh. Let's see, what does she look like? Hee, it's me again. There aren't many mudstones left in Ulad, so I had to send you a rush owl, Dream. Aki? The situation in Ulad isn't so different from the one in Belvast. Our Mitron Guild is desperate to acquire what resources remain. We've been slowed down due to our low stocks of moonstone water. Would you mind journeying to the villages of Ulad to collect moonstone fragment with me? When you help us, you help the people of Ulad who are still in danger. Not to mention that our guild can collect moonstone fragment thanks to you. We also can make a diamond pearl any color you want using our special kit. That's what you call a win-win, right, Dream? Right, Aki? I knew you'd agree. I need to deliver the good news to the Marine Merchant Guild, if you'll please excuse me. Okay. Let's see. Oh wait, this is... I think I'm doing the wrong quest. Question mark. Did I do the wrong thing? Oh, I have to go to the outside of Dunbarton. Okay, let me go to Dun. That was a different one. Okay, my bad. Okay. No saw. Oh, there it is, the long night's beginning. Okay. Also, I think I forgot to pick up the login thingy for today. Wait, where's the contract? What do you mean? Oh, that's what. Sign. Sign. Oh, okay. Oh! Oh, there's a lot of things in the boxy. Sa. Cool, ne. I think I'll do perfect for you later. Okay. Anyway, the long night begins. I did G24 and G25. I did not do G22 and G23. I only did the last half of Apocalypse, so I went back to do the first half. Good question. The faint glint of something on the ground catches my eye. It's a pendant wrought in the image of a wing gently folded inward. The scratches and light pitting on the backside suggest that since being dropped, it has been trodden underfoot. That may explain how it came to be broken. I made a weird noise. I hear someone screaming nearby. I need to go investigate. I actually don't remember who it is. It's been so long. I find a metal fragment in the shape of a wing. Surely the other half of the pendant I picked up earlier. Someone must have dropped it and left it here. Is this Piran, maybe? No! Let me go! Why are you doing this to me? I have urgent business in Tara. Please, you must release me. Is anyone there? Please help me! Help! As I listen closer, the voice I hear seems to be getting closer. Let's observe. Oh, you clipped all three. Thank you. Yes. Oh wait, there's... Wait. Oh, かっこいいんじゃない? Oh, you click both versions. You look so dumb. Hello, anyone, please, won't someone help me?
Bite your tongue, Car. All you need do is follow me in silence. We may be a bit behind schedule, sure, but that graduate should be honored to have a part to play in this magnificent plan. Never can be certain about those with the folded wings. That is enough. We must be on our way before it's too late. Now, onward.
Help me, somebody. Someone, please. Thank yous, it means I'm doing a good job. Oh wait, final hit.
You worthless clods. Look at the lot of you struggling to take down a single foe. It turns my stomach to watch such incompetence. And you, interloper, you must take a leave of all reason if you intend to interfere in his plans. Still, I cannot seem to have it those we struggle to put down a lone opponent. If you're quite done with those rascals, then come at me. If you think yourself the better, I'll make short work of you myself.
How about no?
Damn it! Ugh, how dare you to have the gall to get in my way?
Zeppelin, we haven't much time remaining. I'm sorry, but we have to leave her. Wait, who are you talking about? I don't know.
Damn, who do you think he is? We still have other living sacrifices. Losing one more will not pose an impediment to us.
1,000 pardons, but we must leave without delay.
Count yourself fortunate this day. If I ever see you again, I'll grind your face into the dirt beneath my boot heel. Now let us quit this place.
As you command, Zeppelin. In a flash of blinding light, the mysterious robed figures quickly wink out of sight one by one. I look around for the boy who was being held captive. The long night's beginning. The young man who was being dragged along the snowy bean stands, head cocked, looking at me. He seems to have carefully pieced the broken pen and I found back together. Oh, first things first. Thanks for coming to my rescue. If not for you, I'd still be in a whole heap of trouble, as you saw. Oh, but where are my manners? Introductions first. My name's Piran. I was on my way to Tar to attend to an urgent matter when suddenly someone grabbed me from behind and... it was really scary. I'm not sure what they had in mind for me, but I know it wasn't anything good. If you hadn't helped me when you did, I don't know what would have become of me. Anyway, what's your name? I might seem a bit bedraggled and out of sorts right now, but I'd like to repay you for your kindness someday. Hi, I'm Aki. Ah, Aki. Has a nice ring to it, I think. I really can't thank you enough for fighting off those brigands for my sake. Aki, why does that name sound sort of familiar? I feel like I've heard it somewhere before. Wait, those clothes. I stand still as Piran inspects me with increased interest. Wait, are you the Militian? As in the famous Militian? Wow, I heard you were strong, but to think I'd actually get to meet a real live Militian. My siblings will be so impressed when I tell them. Oh, since you're the famous Militian, you must know the way to Tar, right? That'd be really swell. I need to get there quickly, you see. I'm sure I followed my brother's directions, but maybe his explanation was a bit off. No matter how much I looked, I haven't been able to find a single road sign. Can I reach Tar if I just follow this path straight? It's not the path I was told to take, true, but something about it seems right to me. No. Tara is not this way. That goes to Dunbarton, and then if you keep going south from there, you end up in Bangor. You're a derp. What you want to do is go all the way over there. That way you'll cut through the mountain pass, and you'll end up in Tailteen. If you continue west from there, you can end up in Tara. What? Really? That's strange. I had this weird feeling that I ought to go that way. No, go to Osnastale. I just told you, go over the mountain pass.
I see. I guess it really was like my brother told me after all. To be honest, I've been wandering around the outskirts of the nearby town all day just because I couldn't find the path. But I'd feel shameful if I asked anything more of you. I just need to keep to the right path this time. Thanks for showing me the right way. Well, Tara's not getting any closer while I'm just standing here. Don't worry, I'll be sure to get in touch sometime. Anyway, I'm taking off. May the unbound wings of Heimer guide your path.
And I think that's it for quest 1? No? Question mark? Yes. And then we wait. Sa, Sugi no wa. Hi. Hi. どこに行きますか? Am I doing something weird because I said to do Insta replay? Is it being weird? Hmm. I don't remember what I'm supposed to do here. 'Cause I think you just have to wait. And then you go to the Bard camp after this. So, Bard. And while I'm doing this, feel free to chat, ask any questions about the game, anything you want to know. I'm a pretty far advanced character, so I can give lots of help and advices and cool things like that. Should I have done like instant instead? Oh, there. Oh, I derped. There we go. So what tab is, oh, it's under the replay tab. Okay, I see. Oh, hey, you made it. Bona, Dream's here to see ya. Ah, Aki, you got here faster than I expected. You can become advanced when you can do the things. You are already an advanced character. Because you can do the things. You might have seen him as you entered the camp. There was a young man out back who says you'd helped him before. Is that true? Kept on about having to get somewhere quickly, and near as I can tell, was on the verge of tears. Whatever he's doing, it must be something urgent. I swear, it's so annoying to care about other people. Sense of direction seems so terrible, it's almost borrowed into the preternatural. I'm amazed he was actually able to find his way here. Ipona stops for a moment, her brow furrowed. She sighs. Seriously, I don't want to stick my nose into others' affairs. But he keeps wandering around the area, and I'm not sure how to send him on his way. At that very moment, the whinny of a horse breaks the stillness.
Whoa! I just wanted to give you a little pat on the nose. Did that scare you?
The sound of several dull thumps follows shortly after.
Oh no! I'm sorry. Please calm down. Please. What's gotten into you? Now I feel bad.
Hi, Berserker! How are you? Good to see you. You missed high-speed articulation earlier. That was fun. Huh. If only you could see your expression right now, Vona. You keep it up and those wrinkles will etch themselves into your forehead. Oh, I should probably move the chat to, like, over here so that you can see the NPCs. Let's do that. Yeah? I'm good redoing G12 with the, all of Apocalypse with voice acting. It's fun. I'm
They're
good.
mine now.
Thank you very much for the follow, Artelis. Hopefully you'll enjoy today's performances.
You may keep your choice commentary to yourself, Isla.
Though her response was brisk, after hearing Isla's comment, Yvonne coughs awkwardly a few times to calm herself down.
Anyway, that's about how things stand, Aki. Please, get him out of here. Do whatever you need to. I'm so distracted by this fool I can't get anything done.
I'm sorry to push this problem child on you, Aki. I don't think he's a bad guy, but what in the world's got him so anxious? Can you go talk to him while I stay here and help Yvonne cool down?
What do you mean by cool down, Isla? As you can see, I'm perfectly composed.
Wrong! We're composing a very important song. We must rid ourselves of anything that could be a distraction. They have started squabbling, so it may be best to just leave them to it. You should go find out what happened to Piran first. Hello? Piran is gazing down at his feet with a sullen look on his face. He notices my approach and raises his head.
Hey, I didn't expect our next meeting would be like this. You see, I really did try my best to stick to the path that you told me. It's just that along the way, a raccoon appeared and started following me. It weirded me out, so I just started running and kept it up until I found myself here.
What? Hi, Peru. How are you? You're always so good at catching me off guard with these. How are you doing today?
If I knew this would happen, I would have sent one of my brothers to Tara instead of going myself. But that's... No, that wouldn't even work. Couldn't just send a child on the open road alone. I'm sorry. I have this uncanny tendency to get lost and trip over my own feet even though there's nothing on the ground. Even my own family pokes fun at me for it.
I'm fine. I'm just getting back into the swing of voice acting. It's been a lot of fun. After a brief pause, I see Piran's determination begin to show through in his expression. I'm doing my best. I am glad that you're here, though. Thank you for coming by.
But no matter what, I must get to Taraki. My errand is too important to bungle like this. Not just for my own sake, but for my precious siblings, friends, and neighbors whose livelihoods are all at stake. I hate to impose on you, but would you be willing to guide me to Tara? Please, I'm begging you, the fates of so many are on the line.
Yay! Thank yous for the head pat, like I said. Thank yous. I feel like it's a nice reward for trying hard. Thank yous. Thank you so much for the head pat. Feels nice. You can count on me. I'm charged up and ready to go after getting head pats. I meet Piran's gaze and nod. Uh-huh.
Oh, thank you so much. May Heimerach bless you for your kindness. You see, I have something foreboding waiting ahead. Not to make a boast of it, but I have something of a knack for sensing trouble. It may take all I have to keep my knees from knocking together, but here we go.
Thank you, Slackoset. Head pats are truly wonderful. Try talking to Piran. Hi. Hi, Piran.
We can make our way around this lake, right? But, well, you already know how I fare in navigational matters. It would really put my mind at ease if you could lead the way. And don't worry if it looks like I'm falling behind. I'm a pretty good runner, so I should be able to catch up quickly to wherever you are.
Okay. Bye! You dare oppose me, then you shall die. Did you enjoy giving the head pat as well, Lakosette? I'm very grateful for it. Head pats are the bestest. You shall die just like the others. Foolish mortals. A strange cry can be heard coming from somewhere nearby. Hi. Do I need to go over here? How did I hit you? Oh, can I not? Goodbye.
Are you alright? Goodness, how in the world can a creature that large just seem to pop up out of nowhere? You sure are amazing. I guess all those things I heard about you are true. How else could you just send that thing packing like it was nothing? Anyway, we'd better keep moving. I don't want to stick out around here long enough to find out what'll stick its head out of the lake's depths next.
We keep going to Tara.
The younger of my two brothers always teases me about how strange things always seem to happen when I'm around. Nobody's so insensitive, you know? He has no idea the lengths I go through to take care of him.
Hi, Aids. How are you? Hello. It's been a while. Glad to see you. Though it sounded like he was complaining, he really does seem to care a great deal for his siblings. How are you doing today? Engaged in discussion of everyday matters, I passed through Tailteen in the Korra Valley, finding ourselves at the entrance to Tara at last. Hoi! Hoi! Audiobook.
We're here! I actually made it to Tara! I don't know how to thank you for accompanying me all the way here. Without you, I never would have been able to. Well, maybe not never, but going it alone is difficult, that much is certain. Thank you so much! I wish I could stay with you a little longer, but, I have urgent business I need to take care of, so regretfully I must bid you farewell for now. I'll never forget you and how you helped me. We'll definitely see each other again sometime!
And then I think I have to manually complete the quest here. Du, du, du. What are you up to, Aids? Next one is... I think it's the one where you go Irohan, maybe? I am overjoyed that it is the weekend as well. I'm almost at 350 and my sub anniversary is coming up. I am hoping I can get to 350 before then so that I can do like a super mega giveaway that combines both of them into like a super awesome thing, like a big celebration. Yeah. And I'm also working on what do you call it? Wait. Oh, that's weird. I see. I guess that's what instant replay means. Is like I have to do like... Oh, I see. That's weird. I have to like restart it like piece by piece. Okay, there we go. A gaze unwavering. In front of the Great Hall and Wrath Royal Castle. I think it's not that one? Is it up there? I don't remember where to go for this one. But yeah, I like voice acting, and I did it for G24 and G25, so I'm going back and doing it for 22 and 23, so I can have the entirety of Apocalypse done. Let's look at this NPC. She looks kind of like Evelyn. I can probably reuse that. Halt! You must be the Militian, correct? Looks like the information from the Pontiff Chamberlain was accurate. A little later when we might have missed you. You must be well on your way to with Her Highness, then. I have come to see Irowen. She summoned me. Their gaze turns cold after I give my answer. I see. There's no way the Royal Regime supporters would miss out on this chance. They're the sort who would drag us down without hesitation if the opportunity presented itself. Still your tongues, comrades. Our apologies, Militian, but we cannot let you pass. Just turn around and be on your way. We'll leave a good word with Her Majesty. She already has her hands quite full, as you're no doubt aware. You can leave this area now safekeeping. The sharpness of their tone belies an underlying wariness about my presence. They seem unlikely to budge, meaning I won't be able to meet with Irowen. I'll try to convince them. I catch a glimpse of wariness in their gazes. Seems I'll have to persuade them to get into the royal castle. I'd prefer it if you were to leave without having to treat you too roughly, but from the look of it, you have no intention of just walking away. I doubt there's much to be done about it. We're simply at cross purposes here. Hush you. The order of the Chamberlain of the Pontiff's Court was to send the Militian away, or try our best to stop them should they insist on entering. Sounds like the one who ordered the temple natives to stop you, and the one who gave that order was none other than Corentin. The temple knight soldier's eyes narrow when I mutter her name. Hey, put a lid on it! We can't have it be perceived as an order, right? Calm down. The Militian isn't that stupid. They probably already knew who we were. Even if not, I wager it wouldn't be too hard to find out. You understand, Militian, do you not? We simply cannot let you pass here. We have reason to believe you're involving yourself in a matter that will prove detrimental to the Pontiff's court. I don't know what you're talking about. I beam with a smell so sunny could drive the rain clouds away. I guess it's true what everyone says. You don't lose your composure even when you're provoked. Well, let's take this from a different angle then. Those who come seeking an audience at the Royal Castle are the very cream of the nobility, well-mannered and well-educated. I would assume no less is true of you then, Militian. Then you would, of course, know which deity is venerated by the Pontiff's court, no? It's Limelurk. Limelurk, the god of love. Ah, so you do know then, Militian. Could it be that you've taken an interest in the Pontiff's court? I wonder, have you been there? It's a beautiful place where we children of Erin can feel the loving embrace of Limelurk. Really is a great place, although especially like the confessional where I can get all quiet and introspective. Then there's that little wine cellar behind the altar. That always tickled my fancy. The offering box contains many good donations from considerate members of the faith. It's all quite impressive. How about you, Militian? What do you find most pleasing about the Pontiff's court? I like the confessional. Why would someone who often visits the Pontiff's court set themselves in often opposition to us? It shouldn't be like this. The circumstances are truly unfortunate. Outwardly, you would appear to be a supporter of the royal regime, but might it be that you are in truth a friend of the Pontiff's court? Even if such is your claim, I can't lower my guard just yet. If it turns out that's just a ruse meant to fool us, we'll be in trouble. Answer me one more thing, Militian. Have you aided the Pontiff's court before? Ah, the volunteers who help quarantine. I was told such services are often rendered by the more devoted members. That's correct. And any fourth volunteer would surely know the hours when the court accepts charitable work. It's from 8 to 8. They seem a bit puzzled by my answer. Wait a minute. Are you truly one of us? How else would the Militian possess such a detailed knowledge about the particulars of the Pontiff's court? I must say this is unexpected. Are you some sort of double agent quarantined placed within the supporters of the royal regime as insurance in case things take a turn for the worse? Ha! Quarantin is wise to have prepared to spy. It seems the secret was so classified she kept it hidden even from us. It was we who were in the wrong trying to bar your passage. I'll also apologize for our words and deeds, Militia. They give a short bow and apology. All right, you're clear. Please go in. You just need to say one thing to Queen Ireland. Of course, it just happens to be the one thing you should probably never say to her. Yes, just remember that. And welcome to the royal castle. Someone's walking this way. You're late. I thought perhaps something had happened to you. You three, have you chosen the propriety? How can you keep such an important guest waiting outside the gate? Even little children know to bring an invited guest waiting on the doorstep. Yes. Well, people, why'd it have to be her? Is that Queen Ireland's royal escort? I was told she doesn't usually spend much time around the castle. The blue-haired woman looks my way as she apologizes, her polished armor adorned with the kingdom's crest and her aqua eyes that gleam no less brightly capture my full attention. The Militian, I presume? It's a pleasure to meet you at last. My name is Marlede. I serve as the Queen's royal escort. You were unusually late in coming, so on this occasion I've been sent to escort you. You needn't tarry here any longer. The Queen is waiting. Please go inside. Wait, we can't just let them through like this. Are you saying you intend to dispute a direct order from the Queen? If so, I imagine the Cardinal will be seeing or receiving an official letter of complaint in the near future. Marlede sounds rather agitated, with her voice dropping into an intimidating tone to match. I hear the Temple Knight soldiers whispering amongst themselves. Doesn't look like there's much we can do. We better let them go. It's getting complicated. Can't afford to make a scene and draw any unwanted attention. It's unfortunate she came along when she did. She doesn't even officially hold the rank of knight. Still, we can't simply ignore her. She has the Queen's ear, and that's a rank enough to cause trouble. Well, Quarantin, we did what we could. The Temple Knights grumble and clear the way. And there, that wasn't hard, now was it? The way of the acolytes of the Pontiff's court deal with others can be bothersome, to say the least. Now, if you'll please follow me to the Hanging Garden, Iron is waiting for you there. Marlede, the royal escort strolls into the palace. Let's follow her to the Hanging Garden. I like Marlede's hair as well. I like the streaks that it has. Oh, 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 oh. Chiba, 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 ba, ba. There she is. A regal air befitting the ruler of the kingdom of Ilalek encompasses her petite frame. Her snow-white skin makes her bright purple eyes seem to gleam all the more with lively determination. Dreamslayer, I am glad to see you finally came, but then you always do. I have a question for you, and a favor I wish to ask of you. I also called you here to issue a formal request of you in my capacity as the ruler of the kingdom of Ilalek. Her eyes and her bracing posture clue me in as to how serious the matter must be. Marlede informed me that you were stopped by the Temple Knights as you tried to enter the castle. Nothing out of the ordinary. Their intentions were flagrantly obvious, of course. Honestly, the situation would have likely resolved itself even if I hadn't intervened. Is that so? Perhaps the situation wasn't as serious as I thought. I'm relieved to hear that, but...
Miss Irwin, I urge you not to underestimate them. In this world, few things are as fiendish in their complexity and difficult to understand as the innermost thoughts and intentions of another. Well, I'm sure you're no stranger to the particulars of human duplicity and self-aggrandizement. Lilywin, you overstep your bounds. You ought to watch your tongue in the presence of Her Majesty.
It's fine, Marlede. You know I keep Lilywin in close confidence because of his unvarnished analyses of people and situations. I'm ever in need of trustworthy people willing to give me their honest opinions on all manner of topics. I have no shortage of servants and retainers whose purpose is to defend me, but I require insight and good counsel to chart the right path for this kingdom to take. As I watch Irwin speak, her bright purple eyes land squarely on me. I feel a commanding maturity that I've never felt from her before. She's growing up into a proper monarch. Congratulations, good girl. To lead, I require both wisdom and strength. My people should feel unafraid to offer their advice, but also respect the decisions I make. Aki, the reason I called you here is related to that very issue. You may already be aware, but there are those within the castle who doggedly oppose my opinions, regardless of the stance I take. These obstructionists refuse even to seek a middle ground with me, no matter what I say. I suspect they're worried about losing their present level of status and influence within the royal court. You probably have some idea, having just witnessed it yourself. Those three guarding the gate are representative of a larger faction at work. You see, I recently received an official petition to conduct an investigation of a certain incident, or rather incidents. A string of reported kidnappings, to be precise. Depending on what is discovered, it may turn out to be neither serious nor significant. That said, I was advised that the citizens' faith in both the kingdom and my leadership would grow exponentially if I proved able to resolve the matter myself. On this point, Sinead, Lazara, and Alzella were in full agreement. But either way, there are certain voices who are against me leading the charge and exercising direct oversight of the investigation. Frankly, nothing would please me more than to set aside this inane jockeying for power within the castle's court and focus on aiding those who have been abducted.
Spoken like a true regent, Miss Irwin.
Thank yous for the head pat. Yay! Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Head pats are the bestest. They make me feel happy and warm inside, and like I'm doing a good job. Thank yous.
Spoken like a true regent, Miss Irwin. If only the other aristocrats were as clear as vision. Militian, have you heard anything of this rampant string of kidnappings that seems to be taking place all across Erin? At first, I thought this to be a simple string of missing persons cases. However, after gathering preliminary information about the victims, it turns out that all those who were targeted possess one conspicuous factor in common.
Heimerarch. Are you familiar with Heimerarch Dreamslayer?
I am.
Am I the deity, right? The green-haired girl who has the awesome amazing appearances.
I am indeed. You are about as well informed as I would expect. Below the Cretan Supreme Arton Semini are a trinity of gods charged with spreading and upholding the noble virtues of love, peace, and freedom throughout Erin. The Order of Limelark is by far the most prominent in the Yolad region, with the orders that venerate the other two gods comprising a far smaller minority of believers. It's basic knowledge that the majority of those affiliated with the Pontiff course are devout of the Order of Limelark.
Just so. Now, the reason why I bring up Heimerarch is because, as I mentioned, all those who have been reported missing are followers of that order.
Though they may number fewer than the worshippers of Limelark, aiding the Order of Heimerarch in their hour of need would seem a prime opportunity to secure their support for the royal regime. It would also be an excellent maneuver to keep the Pontiff's court in check while fostering a positive view of the kingdom among the populace. And with one decisive move, Irwin can build and bolster her base of support, the better with which to act with an increasing degree of independence in the future.
Also, Irwin clears her throat as though to steady her voice and give one moment more to compose her thoughts. If the Militian, the heroes whose deeds have gained renown across the Rin, were to be a part of this investigation, I could scarcely ask for more. Militian, do you remember what I said to you before? I told you I would become someone worthy of the people's trust, and a better ruler. She seems reluctant as she recalls her words, but her eyes are filled with resolve. I wish to make a formal request of you as the Queen of Ilek. Of course, I won't ask you to shoulder this burden alone. However, if you agree to aid the Queen in battle in this matter, I expect results. That is acceptable to you, yes? As Merlade's firm gaze seems to test my mettle, Irwin speaks in a voice so small and slight only I can hear her. Militian, in order to keep the promise I made to you, and to better my rule for the sake of this kingdom and its people, I promised myself that I would give my utmost, no matter the size of the task before me. I know it must seem as though I'm taking advantage of you, but I fully intend to keep the promise I made you. You understand, right? An investigation into the Order of Heimerach? If that was her request, then why would she choose to meet in the Hanging Garden instead of someplace more official? Do 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 do. Hello.
By the by, Irowen, since you've gone to all the effort of getting the militia involved, don't you think formal introductions are in order?
Ah, I was so preoccupied I completely slipped my mind. Militian, allow me to introduce Lilywin and Marlade.
The pleasure is mine, I assure you. It's wonderful to finally put a face to the name behind so many daring exploits.
I look eyes with Lilywin for a split second, but it's impossible to guess what he might be playing at behind his mischievous smile.
Still, I never expected I might meet the militia in so formal a setting. But come, we wouldn't want our friend here to feel uncomfortable. Now, tell me, was your encounter at the castle gates your first meeting with Marlade?
Oh, how silly of me. I've been so preoccupied with the matter of the expeditionary force that I completely skimmed over the circumstances of your late arrival. My apologies, Militian. You met Marlade when I sent her to fetch you, but she serves as my personal escort. I have on many occasions entrusted her with my safety. In fact, she is one of the finest sharpshooters to be found anywhere in the kingdom.
Your Majesty exaggerates. I am simply glad my skills are of use to you.
A slight but unmistakable blush warms Marlade's face. It is obvious that she and the queer share a strong bond built on mutual trust. And this single tongue scion is Lilywin Sinslack, eldest son of the distinguished Sinslack family. His demeanor may be a bit aloof at times, but he is a trusted retainer who always provides insightful advice when I'm deliberating important decisions.
Do I truly provide such cold company? You wound me, your Majesty. I'm merely doing whatever I am to help you make wise decisions out of the boundless goodness of my heart. I will, however, take silver-tongued as a compliment. Ah, Miss Marlade, such incredulity in your gaze. Turn that prouty frown upside down for Miss Irowen's sake, why don't you?
As you can see, he and Marlade are sometimes at odds in personality, but I can trust both of them with my innermost thoughts.
Your Majesty, I think that will suffice for introductions. The sooner we move to investigate the events surrounding the Order of Heimerach, the better.
Indeed. Militian, I plan to give my personal attention to the matter of the casing of the mission. Indeed. Militian, I plan to give my personal attention to the case of the missing followers of Heimerach, and am planning to dispatch an expeditionary force to seize another forthwith. Sinead is positively champing at the bit to announce the force's mobilization to the whole kingdom.
That's to be expected, considering its objective. The kingdom is extending direct aid to the Order of Heimerach, a minority group that seems to exist on the periphery of mainstream society. I can think of few stronger ways to send a message loud and clear that the kingdom is invested in the concerns of its people. True, but as your Highness mentioned earlier, there's a particular faction that stands opposed to you at every turn, regardless of the issue. As things stand, I have my doubts that we could deploy an expeditionary force without blowback from them. Before we make an official proclamation, we need to take measures to ward off any anticipated interference.
Again. Unless we provide sufficient deterrent, the forces of the Pontiff's court will continue to hinder us at every turn. I've considered a number of options since I received this request, but none of them has been especially good.
Seeing as they tried to stop the militia from entering the castle to meet with you earlier, I'd wager they're growing nervous. This is exactly when we ought to make a push and secure our advantage. If that's how things stand, our options are limited. All right, let's bribe them. Money talks, as you well know.
Wait, what?
I beg your pardon, Lewin? Would you care to repeat that? Certainly. This seems to be one of those situations where trouble could be stopped before it even started by a few judicious payments made in advance. Grease a few palms, as the small folk might put it. Reliable allies are hard to come by in these times, but deep coffers do have a way of smoothing over differences.
Lilywin, please tell me this is just another one of your inappropriate attempts at humour, or it would take his word to get out to the wrong people for image to be tarnished well beyond money's power to polish.
Ah, my apologies. It seems my rousing jest has gone awry, obscuring the nature of my suggestion entirely.
Lilywin grinned, tossing his wavy hair.
Miss Irwin, Miss Marleed, you've surely not forgotten that even in my advisory capacity, I do stop some sort of wholehearted advocacy for the royal regime.
Yes, I'm well aware of that. That is partially why I consult with you as an advisor. You provide a point of view that is both neutral and intelligent. That is not so common a thing to find as one might hope. Wait, Lilywin, are you suggesting? I see. So you think it would be prudent to pursue that course of action? I admit, it's a gambit worthy of House Sinneslock. I can only ever hope I never have to face you as an enemy. What you're getting at is that the Queen ought to preemptively reach out to you and the other moderate nobles, as well as the intractable members of the Pontiff's court? A gold star for you, Miss Marleed. Remember what I said earlier. Few things are as difficult to understand as the innermost thoughts and intentions of another. A large part of the reason for that is because thoughts and emotions constantly fluctuate. In other words, setting aside zealots and other hardliners, most people don't possess strong opinions on the majority of issues and can be swayed with fairly trivial amounts of effort. Personally, I despise such gormless, suggestible simpletons, but that mental malleability is the very quality we can lean on to resolve this problem. Then we should convince the aristocrats ahead of time before I announce my intention to deploy the expeditionary force. Yes, if all goes well, we should be able to dispatch them with little to no resistance. I believe the core of Lilywin's plan is to plant the minds of the nobility the belief that this holds some benefit for them as well, or, if they prove intractable, to make it worth their while to remain silent on the matter. In other words, I can't be the one doing the convincing, then? Correct. You must be perceived as being removed from the debate. There's also your authority as a monarch to consider. At its most effective, manipulation achieves the ends you desire without you having to sully your own hands. Lilywin stares at me, the glimmer in his eyes dancing like sunlight through a crystal. Before I know it, Marlene is standing right next to me. Your Majesty, please leave this task to me, Lilywin, and the militia. You are the kingdom's symbol of authority. At the banquet, you need only stand before the people and confidently share the exact same plan you had in mind from the beginning. Before then, we will convince a sufficient number of aristocrats to join in support of the idea so that the expeditionary force can be dispatched to investigate this matter without issue. What's this? Are you sneakily roping me into this little venture, Miss Marleed? It is your plan. Don't tell me you're getting cold feet now. Well, all right. Since we do have our new friend the Militian here with us, I suppose there's some enjoyment to be had from it. Very well, then. I leave matters in your capable hands. Marlene and Lilywin, and yours as well, Militian. Understood, Your Highness. We won't let you down. Good. Well, then we ought to be in our way as well. There's much we need to accomplish in a short time in which to do so. Lilywin flashes his broad smile once more, slowly withdrawing towards the great hall with Marlene. I should follow. I forgot how much dialogue there is in this quest. There's also been no music for a bit. I'm wondering if I should... Oh, as soon as I say something. Ah, good grief. A number of well-heeled nobles exchange subtle glances and idle conversation in the great hall as they wait for the banquet to begin. Can you feel the tension in the room? You could almost cut it with a knife. And to think Irwin has to deal with this every day. That's ridiculous and stifling if you ask me. This hall is brimful with false smiles and threadbare pretenses. Everyone is looking out only for his or her best interests. A court of lies, a den of snakes, each one looking for their own opportunity to bite you in the back. To be candid, I can't stand them. You'll get no argument from me. Prolonged exposure to such pettiness wearies both body and soul. I'm surprised we're in agreement, given your own status as a nobleman. I've seen you at gatherings like these, and you seem entirely at home. One might easily get the impression you enjoy the trappings of high society. It can prove a source of amusement, certainly. However, it's not something I seek out. It's tiresome and unrewarding. But for Her Majesty's sake, we must convince these peoples to lend their support to our idea in any way that we can. Militian, here's how things stand. Irwin wishes to dispatch an official expeditionary force to investigate the strange disappearances of Highmark followers, and she intends to announce you as its leader. I understand that may come as a surprise to you, but she confided all the particulars of her plan to me.
She told me that she has complete faith and trust in you, Melitian. She even went so far as to liken you to the morning star, shining brightly against the darkened veil of the sky, if you'll believe that.
Oh, so that's where Star of the Dawn comes from. I didn't realize they made references to it this early in the generation. A fleeting smile plays upon Merlaid's lips.
She truly believes you capable of nearly anything, and as her subject, confidant, and friend, I must do my utmost to support you. Now let us make the rounds and see what these stiff-necked aristocrats have to say. Although most seem to have gone to enjoy music and dancing, it seems those still biding their time here in the hall are waiting. The question is, for what? It's plain there's something they're after. Something important enough that it outweighs their usual tittering on the sidelines of the ballroom. Whatever matter weighs upon them, it's this very room that they're seeking the solution. But there's only so much conjecture can tell us. I think we'll soon piece it together if we talk to each of them. Will our help convince any who doubt your abilities?
Let's talk to all of the aristocrats. We'll learn what they want and guide them to a happy support of Ira-1. What do you all think so far? Am I doing a good job? There haven't been too many things, but... Okay. Let's see. Thinkies. I think you start with this one. Well, let me look at them.
Hello, this is actually the first time I've been to the Royal Castle. I'm a little nervous, honestly, but that won't stop me.
Yay, thank yous, everyone. Thank yous for the support. I attempt to engage in conversation.
To be honest, my governess got this box of cookies for me before I came to the castle, but I haven't eaten a single one. My stomach is simply too tied knots to even think about snacks right now.
Seems to be extremely nervous.
You're the famous Melitian, right? Then I implore you, please enjoy these in my stead. At least then I'll know they're not gonna waste.
I get a box of delicious cookies! I want to go eat a box of delicious cookies. I want sugar cookies. I like cookies a lot. Do you all like cookies a lot? Cookies are the bestest. Especially when they're nice and warm and fresh out of the oven. It's like, it's the bestest feeling. And then when you bite into the cookie and it starts melting in your mouth and you get that rush, it's just like, yes! There are a couple of guilty pleasures that I have. Cookies are one of them. I unfortunately do not have any cookies. I have cupcakes, though. I have confetti cupcakes. I have confetti cake, too. If you haven't had it, I recommend confetti cake. It is delicious. Let me quickly get a drink. I was way thirstier than I thought. Okay, let's continue. I think you like the cookies?
Coaches may be nice, but they're enough for me. I ran the entire way to the Royal Castle. Yeah, truly. I'm a bit tired after that.
Hi.
I've been neglecting my training lately, and my sword lessons, but worked to my lack of discipline. I only ran from TLT to the Royal Castle. Hey, look how out of breath I am. At the tonight's sweets, I shall strengthen my resolve and apply myself with renewed vigor.
At that moment, his stomach rumbles very audibly.
Oh dear, my stomach's ready for the banquet.
I feel a bit sorry for him. His stomach is rumbling so loudly it seems like he's passing gas. Don't Please don't do what I heard someone do. They were frustrated and they passed gas inside the air conditioning central air unit in when they were doing work. Don't do that, please. No, bad. Very bad. Don't do that. Perhaps this nobleman would appreciate the cookie set I got from it.
Hark, what sweet scent fills my nostril. It appears to be cookies prepared with love, a scrumptious feast unto themselves. I'd heard rumors, Melitian, but it seems you truly are as generous as people say.
The aristocrat snatched his fistful of cookies from the box and with the ravenous speed of a starving animal began stuffing them into his mouth. Leave me a cookie. Don't take all the cookies. I want one.
Ah, that certainly hits the spot. How embarrassing it would have been when I have collapsed from hunger in front of everyone. These cookies should tide me over to the banquet without any problem. You stand in favor of the initiative I run place and built tonight, correct? Say no more, friend. You can be sure I won't forget the kindness you showed.
Okay, here. You ate all the cookies. I'm sad now. Here, you can take the box too. I don't want to carry around an empty cookie box. Ow. Hi, Pearl. How are you? You hit me with a sword in the middle of that. I should make Mabu weapons. I should learn Blender and figure out how to make Mabu weapons. And just have that be things that you can throw at me. I want to do that. And maybe like figure out, if I can figure out special effects, maybe at one point I might be like, you can Dynavolt smash me. Excuse me.
Ah, you must be the Melitian. Will you be attending this evening's royal banquet? You will, then you shall dine in good company.
Hi.
You may be interested in a certain book that has recently come into my possession.
He calmly draws a thick worn book from within his robe and hands it to me.
This ledger was given to me by a source I consider trustworthy. It seems that within the pontiff's court, someone has been engaging in some, shall we say, suspect dealings. And as you can see, the list of individuals named herein is large indeed. For any political opponents to get their hands on it, well, I'm sure you can imagine what might happen. I'm sure that its owner has by now realized they have misplaced it. As long as they remain quiet and peaceful at tonight's banquet, I may just forget I ever saw this ledger. Memory is such a capricious thing, isn't it, dear elimination? Well, here, why don't you hold on to it now? You can give my regards to its owner should your paths cross.
I get a suspicious ledger. Let's get someone whose suspicion might be swayed by it. It's this one way over here. Ha. Let's see if I can establish some new connections at this banquet. I attempt to engage in conversation. Hello. Good. You're the famous Melitian, aren't you? Might you happen to know? Oh, never mind. There's no reason you would know about it. My apologies. Pay me no mind. I show her the suspicious ledger. You mean this? I got your dirty laundry. Want me to air it out a little bit? Shall I introduce some people to your friends in here? How? Where did you come by this? You didn't look inside, did you? No, did you speak to anyone about it? You haven't told anyone what's standing right now. I don't suppose you could have it without being lost. Never mind, I suppose it's a little important for you, or how you got it. I must insist, however, that you give it back to me. At that moment, Lillian sidles up beside me, seeming to appear out of nowhere.
Ah, there you are. It seems like you're having a delightful conversation here, but there's something I needed to... Oh, what's that you have there? It seems to be some sort of accounting book. Do you bring such delightful conversation pieces to all the parties you attend? Is this how you keep track of all the people you've promised to do quests for? Ah, how silly of me. This must actually belong to the lovely lady you're speaking with. Lillian plucks the ledger from my hands and flips through it in a flurry of pages. Fascinating. I see. So these are the sorts you do business with. Those of our station must ever be mindful of those with whom we associate, for we are often judged according to the friends we keep. Ah, how very unexpected. Word travels exceedingly quickly among nobles, as you well know. If even one gossip monger were to catch wind of this, I'm sure your dirty laundry will be the last thing you should be worried about. Well, I dare say there would be enough grist for the rumor mill to grind down anyone's reputation. It would make for quite the spectacle, wouldn't it?
Yeah? Yeah?
Oh, heart, Lilywin! I beg of you, please keep that letter and its contents a secret. What is it you're after in return? Not money, surely? Given that you're the militia, I can only surmise that you should take an Erwin side on our current initiative. Fine, I yield. I shall stay my tongue during the banquet. I pity Corrington, but have little choice if I wish to preserve my own standing. But in return, you must return that letter to me. If its contents were to become public knowledge, my family would be utterly disgraced. And also possibly run afoul of the law.
Here you go. Good. Your suspicions have been allayed. What kind of dirty laundry do you have? I do believe you've made a fatal mistake bringing up your dirty laundry here. I'll dig and dig until I find all of it. Digging deeper into piles of such things is my specialty, dear viewer. Sa, kakeguru shimashou. For some reason I feel I can speak freely with you. You see, there's someone I love dearly, with all my heart. But because his family and mine are at odds, we are doomed to remain apart. For you see, unlike me, his family are staunch supporters of the Pontiff's court. Our love for one another is as deep as the sea. Do you know the pain of having your lover be so near, yet being unable to embrace them? We're so close, yet we're forced to pass each other in these halls like strangers. Something tells me you can sympathize. Could you perhaps give this handkerchief to my love? It will be our signal to meet secretly after Her Majesty's banquet. You will know him by his short blonde hair, his handsome navy suit, and the conspicuous sparkle of his favored ring.
I like how she's like, you will know him
By the sparkle of his ring.
and he's like literally, hold on, 1, 2, 3. He is 3 steps behind her. She could have just said,
He is the one behind me.
What do you want, Melitian?
Might the handkerchief given to me by the young woman whose family supports the royal regime be intended for this person? I coughed several times to get his attention, and surreptitiously direct his attention to the handkerchief I'm holding. For the briefest of moments, I see a not unwelcome surprise upon his face.
Where did you get that? Will you perchance ask too? I see, so you come bearing a message from my lady love.
He carefully takes the handkerchief and tucks it into the breast pocket of his coat.
My thanks to you, knowing I would be unable to meet with her today, even with her so near. Had been weighing deeply upon my heart. Ah, to be so close, and yet be worlds apart. It is a regrettable situation, but I must exercise the utmost caution. For my family has many eyes and ears among the nobility. It will not do for them to learn of my forbidden romance. Please, send my regards to my love. Out of my devotion for her, I shall abstain from any commentary of a political nature during the banquet.
Okay, cool. On to the next. This is a very, very long quest. Very, very long. Start conversation. Oh! Hello, Touchy! Thank you for the resubscription! Hello, thank you so much! Wow, a whole year! Amazing! That's wonderful. Thank you so much for all of your support and for being active in so many streams. You now have a shiny heart! I remember people being very liking the two-tail heart for the 2-month subscription. So I figured that like the longer ones will be a special variance of that. So now you have a shiny blue heart. Congratulations! Made out of tails! Very shiny. And if you look at the tips, they're white. Just, you can see that they're crystal tails. Congratulations! I believe you are the first person to meet that mark. Congratulations. Indra looks like Indra might be right behind you. Indra's at like 6, I think? I think it's you, and then Salad, and then... Oh wow! Thank you so much, Sulfura! Thank you! Thank you so much! Thank you so much for the subscription! Thank you! That is so kind of you. I am truly grateful for your support. Thank you. Thank you so much. There we go. Thank you, thank you. A hype train. That's a thing? Wow. Oh, you've returned. I'm glad I am for your tidings. You were able to pass my gift in without anyone being the wiser. Even I could not tell what happened, but I can see it in his eyes. I'd like you to have this as a token of my appreciation. It's a very exclusive, very expensive perfume that was purchased from an overseas merchant. Wonderful as it is, I just didn't feel like the scent was a good match for me. A bold, robust perfume like this needs to be worn by someone whose passion and gusto it would perfectly accentuate. Thank you both so much. I am truly grateful for your support. Thanks, everyone. Big up. Wow. This palace is made more beautiful by my presence, would you not agree? What other place is more suited to my class, my noble lineage, my elegance? And if those of the royal regime would take issue with my words, let them, I say. Sorry, this might be a little loud. I'll tone that down. Let's engage in conversation. She seems like someone who'd appreciate the bottle of perfume. Oh my, may I sample this fragrance? She wafts the scents to her face with her hand. Ah, this is extraordinary. I can honestly say I've never smelled anything quite like it before. It's bold, spicy even. It manages to maintain its elegance. It's simply perfect for me. I must have it. Oh. And you're willing to give it to me. My. You're the Malician, are you not? Quarantine didn't mention you might attend the banquet and to lavish such a luxurious gift on me. Like everyone subscribing. It's so kind of you all. Thank you. I think I have some idea what that might be. You've caught me in a bit of a quandary. I simply cannot help myself. I need this fragrance. If I let it pass me by, who knows if I'll ever encounter it like again. Well, if it's just this once, I believe we can see eye to eye. And to show my sincere thanks for such a wonderful gift, I want you to have this bouquet of flowers gathered from my garden this very morning. Yay! A has a flower. Yay! A I'm so happy. Thank you for the support. Yay! Okay, so where do I go? I think it's you. Yes. Hello, flower lady. What? Okay. Wow, look at all the beautiful people around us. Such elegance, such class. Excuse me, aren't you that famous musician? You are? Goodness, you've got quite the sense of style. Hello. I spent half a day trying to look my very best before coming here, you know. But once I arrived, I felt I was missing a certain something. I suppose I should have smuggled in a few extra accessories under this dress after all. If only I had something that would accentuate this nearly flawless ensemble. Here, I have flowers for you. Oh, goodness me. This is it. The missing piece that completes my look. I'd had you a fist fighter, but it turns out you've also got a great eye for fashion. I guess it's all in a day's work for the famous musician. The genius of it is, it's not over-dramatic, but neither is it too simple. It's exactly the accent I was looking for. Please, I'd like you to take this in return. My grandmother wrote this book on combat, and I've heard it's become quite popular among squires who aspire to knighthood. I figured you might enjoy it since you help Her Majesty out so much you're like an honorary knight already. I hope it serves you well, Melitian. Yay! I have a notebook now. Hi. Here. Wow, this person looks scary.
Curse those supporters of the royal regime. I'll put an end to their machinations if it's the last thing I do.
Hello.
As I observed the crowd milling about earlier, I could almost swear I saw my old friend's granddaughter here. Made me think of old times long past. He and I were so close once, but back before we had to go our separate ways.
Hello. I have a book. You like books, right?
Oh, what have we here? Ah, now this brings back memories. As young men, the author's book and I were as close friends as could be. Alas, society had other plans, and we had no choice but to turn our backs on each other. Such were the times. Ah, but I still consider him perhaps the most precious friend I've ever had. When I see this book he poured his heart and soul into, passing his knowledge on to future generations, how it makes me long for those bygone days. Thank you, Melitian, for this unexpected surprise. So many years have passed, but I can still recall those times as though they were yesterday. Out of respect for him, and for you, I shall look the other way just this once, in regards to the Queen Initiative. But remember, there shall be no next time. Now, I believe I shall head to the ballroom shortly to continue my ruminations.
Okay, thank yous.
It's been since a while since I've been in a charitable mood. Here, let me give you this. It's a rare large mandrake. You may not know, but mandrake is quite sought after for cure, especially among the elderly. Take it with my thanks.
Okay, thank yous. It makes screamy noises, but I don't have to deal with it. Here. Hello. Who are you? It's you, Melitian. If you're in attendance tonight, I take it to mean that Irwin has finally made up her mind. Still, I must confess, my heart and mind are rather absent for tonight's festivities, for my father has been taken gravely ill and is confined to his bed. At first I thought it little more than a minor cold, but it has gotten progressively worse with time. I'm worried for him. He is quite advanced in age, you see. Here, I have a rare mandrake. It is medicine. You could use it on your dad. What is that? Might I inspect it? Wait, I know this herb. By all indications, this is a mandrake, but it's extremely rare for them to go to this size. Consume an extract made of an emulsified mandrake resident to greatly bolster one's constitution. Could it be that you're actually giving this to me, just like that? I can scarcely believe it. I never thought to find real generosity at a gathering of nobles. I'll return to the manor this very hour and prepare this mandrake for my father. It speaks well of Queen Irwin that she would surround herself with those of a kind and just disposition.
I shall return in time for the banquet, and when the Queen puts forth her proposition, you can rest assured she will have my full support. I really can't thank you enough.
Yay!
Okay, I think that was everyone. That is such a long quest.
Oh my goodness. The will of the kingdom. Okay, last one for tonight. And then I'll go after this one.
Well, what do you think? I must admit, I'm very curious to hear your impression of high society. Are you really, Lillian? Because I know tired when I see it, and the militia looks positively beat. Or do you just enjoy asking questions to which you already know the answer? That depends entirely on the question, my dear Molly. But at the least, our success is something to celebrate. Between the three of us, we managed to win over many nobles and gently twist the arm of a few we couldn't bring around to our point of view. You know, Militia, you might actually have the aptitude for this line of work.
I never want to do this again. This is the second time I've had to do this, and it was just as bad as the first time. Marlene had the right of it. This whole thing is stifling, and I hate how everyone keeps cautiously side-eyeing each other and wanting to stab each other in the back and also wanting to hurt each other. Do any of these people know how to hold a proper party? We're supposed to be having fun, not trying to wring each other out. Sorry, I like ranting.
It seems we think alike. Honestly, Lillian, don't you think the militia would be the... You really don't think the militia would be the conniving sort who gets some sort of perverse enjoyment playing people against each other, do you? The militia is someone Her Majesty trusts implicitly. How could be they that sort of person?
Poison?
That sort of person. You wound me, my lord. How could you? After all, I am no less a denizen of that world, one encompassed by those circles.
And remember,
Unlike yourself?
hydrate or die.
Thank you! I do need to hydrate and stretch. Oh, I'm standing up and stretching. Oh. And I'm hydrating at the same time. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Let's drink while I'm standing up. Thank you so much for looking out for me. The cracks? Where are the cracks? The cracks? Where? Thank you very much. I cannot function without stretches and hydration, so thank you. You help very much. Thank yous. I needed that more than I knew. Thank yous. Okay.
Unlike yourself.
Oh, that might have been. Oh, hi Peru, welcome back. That probably was lots of cracking. My knee is cracked, I think. I've been sitting for too long. I am derping a lot sometimes, though. Konani. You know, when you're 600 years old, sometimes your joints crack a little bit. But I'm fine. I've still got another 400 in me. Oh. I am 600 years old. Even in Mobby, I'm 600 years old. Didn't you know? I can prove it. Look. Hold on. Chotto mattete. I'll prove it after this conversation.
I've had more than my fill of useless banter for today. In any case, time just seemed to fly by, didn't it? The banquet ought to be getting underway right about as though to punctuate.
Ah, my neck. Owie. Owie. Thank you for showering me with your gifts of attention.
Ah, that would be the banquet in question. Let's make our way over, shall we? Our winner will be expecting us. I look forward to seeing what those we convinced here will do.
Okay, look. Look at my pet. See? I'm in Mobby. I am about, well, I'm actually closer to, I think, 680 years old in Mobby. Because I got this the first couple of weeks that I played Mobby. I was like, I don't know if I like this enough to get a pet. But it was, I hated having to, like, the moon gates were still on. Back then, moon gates used to work on cycles where they would all only go to one place. So, like, the moon gates would open only at night, and they would only go to one place in the whole world the entire time they were open. So it's like they were like a one-way portal. So there were plenty of times where I had to, and the Traveler's Guide and stuff like that didn't exist back then either. So there were plenty of times where I had to take, like, if I wanted to go back and forth between Tyr and Dunbarton for stuff like G1 and G2 and G3, I had to actually take the long route. Like, I had to actually do the whole path between Tyr and Dun, and then from Dun to a main Maka, and then back to Dun. So after like a week or two, I was like, it's not worth it. I like the game enough and I want to keep playing. So I'm gonna get a pet. I just need to figure out which one. So I made a battle pet. And I had, this was my first ever pet. And I trained it. Back then, like, getting pets even to like level 60 was like ridiculously OP for a pet. So I like used to train battle pets, but since I was so low level myself, I couldn't get this very high. But I fought with this, and I like made my first AI where it was like, if I attacked stuff, I was an archer main back then, it would come at me and like it would stay near me unless I hit something with a range, and it would wait until I knocked it back with range, and then it would run over and it would hit it again to knock it back up, so that I could keep magnum shot spamming against the wall. And back then, skills actually had load time instead of cooldowns. No skills had cooldowns, they just had load times. So like, it would take me 2 seconds to prep magnum shot. So my tiger would keep things occupied while I was loading magnum shot, and then I would shoot them, and we would just like alternate and trade off. I think I have a video on my archival channel of like me soloing the G2 finale like that, where I just magnum shotted Tabarthus into a wall and then just had my tiger keep them bouncing against the wall while I just kept magnum shotting it. But yes, very old Aki. 600, if you can't read this on stream, it says 648 years past 25. But I'm closer to 680 years in Mobby. That was fun. The nobles in the Great Hall seem to be making a good deal of noise and chatter as they prepare to move to the ballroom. I'll head over now if we don't wish to appear fashionably late. I just hope our efforts bear fruit. At any rate, shall we make our way there? Yes. Please, get me out of the stuffiness. Excuse me. Hello. Welcome back. Or welcome in.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome back.
Thank you.
The banquet held to announce the deployment of the expeditionary forces filled with nobles and other high-ranking figures from across the kingdom, some of whom I recognize from earlier. I'll go to where Iron is waiting. How was your conversation? Did it go well?
Yeah, we just played a dinosaur game together.
Yay! That's good. Look, the Militian has joined us tonight.
It seems the Militian came after all. It must be true. Queen Iron has recruited the Militian to go to such aids to aid those poor people. What a caring and generous soul she is. Come, let us hear what the Queen has to say. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to convey my gratitude to each of you for coming tonight. I know that all in this room are men and women of distinction, and that you each have the demanding schedules to prove it, but know that the gift of your presence has made this truly a feast fit for kings. As many of you are aware, a concerning series of mysterious abductions has recently come to our attention, with reports coming in from all across the kingdom. No small number of citizens have already been reported missing, which alone would be cause for concern. But preliminary investigations have also revealed certain commonalities in every instance. So there is merit to the rumors that all victims were taken of that religion.
But why make such show of it? Is the matter truly so serious that it's necessary to dispatch an expeditionary force?
The murmuring at the banquet grows louder as the nobles talk amongst themselves. If you could please keep your conversations to a minimum during this address. Silence, all of you! A voice, clear and high-pitched yet stern, echoes throughout the ballroom. Allow me to direct your attention to the young man standing to my left. He has travelled far to reach the capital, risking the perils of the road alone to seek aid in his hour of great need. As I looked to where Iron gestured, I was surprised to find a familiar face. This young man has watched his family, friends, and neighbours have suffered, targeted because of their status as minorities. I can still recall my inauguration as though it were yesterday. Though we humans, giants, and elves are of different backgrounds and cultures, we stood united and defeated the deceitful Lulevada, bringing light back to this fair kingdom. I see the glint of tempered passion in her eyes, her words calm and reassuring, her poise unshakable. Our kingdom is a place where all can live, love, and strive as one. From where one hails is of little consequence. In truth, it is in such diversity that we find the answers to many of the challenges we face. Had we turned our backs to those in pain, had we cowered behind these walls, sure of our own safety, the kingdom of Ilulek as we know it today would not exist. Therefore, I stand before you this evening to announce that I have ordered the assembly and subsequent deployment of an expeditionary force, commanding them to seek the truth behind these despicable acts. I shall not allow my people to be held in fear's tormenting grasp. To that end, I have appointed an individual of outstanding caliber to lead the expedition, the renowned Militian of Erin. Under her command, those who have caused such suffering shall surely be brought to justice. The Militian is with us? Queen Ira wins amazing. I thought her still a small, fragile girl, but the confidence she's showing tonight is something else entirely. When did she grow up to be such a great queen? Someone coughs loudly, audible over the low din of the ballroom. At the same time, I hear someone else shout, trying to be heard above the crowd.
Utter nonsense! This is manifestly unfair!
You think so? Might I inquire as to your reasoning? Well, is it truly necessary to put the resources of the entire kingdom behind a venture like this? Would it not be better to send a few mercenaries? It seems to me almost a misappropriation of funds to send an expeditionary force, to say nothing of a lavish party like this largely to announce its deployment.
Now, you ought to be more mindful of how you speak before your queen.
I cannot say that I don't share her concerns. On this matter, I stand in agreement with the Cardinal. I don't think the scattered series of incidents is a matter serious enough to warrant such a response. For a brief moment, Quarantine's cold gaze flashes in Perron's direction. That's right! How do we know these aren't some stories concocted by the Order of Heimerk to garner sympathy among the court and expand their influence?
No, that's completely untrue. We would never. So many have been hurt already, and even more are still missing. And those numbers continue to grow by the day. There's scarcely a family among us who has been untouched by these kidnappings. We need your help now more than ever.
Silence, please, and try to mind your manners. You're in the royal castle.
I can't believe how low they'll stoop.
Irowen,
While I appreciate your candor, it betrays an unfortunate lack of understanding. Your Majesty? Would you be so kind as to refresh my memory, Corrington? What is the core direction of the Order of Limelok? It is to practice love toward one another. Yes, I remember reading something like that in the scriptures when I was little. Let's see, how did it go again? For greater is he who fosters reconciliation and understanding over argument, who abides in tolerance and loving kindness rather than... It's right at the tip of my tongue. Nursing a jealous and quarrelsome heart. So it is written. Ah, yes, that was indeed the verse I was thinking of. Thank you, Lilywin. Erwin smiles for a brief moment, then directs her attention towards the opposing simple knight soldiers with a stony countenance and the mien of a true regent. You have told me, in no uncertain terms, that you believe the Order of Hammerrock has orchestrated these kidnappings themselves to expand their influence. That is your position, yes? That's... Your Majesty, please listen, that's not what I meant to say. Think about what you're actually saying. Do you think Lamelok would disapprove of sending an expeditionary force on a mission of mercy? Setting aside matters of goods and religion, tell me, what do you find objectionable about helping people in need? I am not assembling an expeditionary force to carry some imagined favour with Hammerrock. I'm doing it to protect the people of this kingdom. Would you not call that a sincere act of love? Aaron points directly at one of the aristocrats, looking at her for emphasis. Your Majesty, that's... well, it's rather... It is indeed. By sending an expeditionary force, we'll be able to attend to the needs of a great number of those who are hurting. Wait, what are you saying? A toast to Queen Iron, and 3 cheers for the Ironlock Expeditionary Force! Hurrah! The cheers of support and general approval continue on for some time.
Can we take this as an indication that none here stand in opposition to the creation of this expeditionary force or the mission with which it is to be tasked?
You shall find no objections from the Order of Limelok, Your Majesty. Of late, I myself have been troubled by a sense of ill omen. This old man has no reason to object if, through the actions of the expeditionary force, the light of Limelok will have opportunities to spread even further abroad.
If that is the Cardinal's will, I have nothing further to say on the matter.
Corrington doesn't seem pleased with the turn things have taken, but nods her assent, eyes closed.
Excellent. It is settled then. Your Majesty, have you any more to say?
I do not, except this. As soon as this banquet has concluded, the expeditionary force shall depart on its mission.
It shall be noted. Ladies and gentlemen, you may resume your feasting and merriment, for tonight is a night of celebration.
Blessings be to all gathered here, and travelling mercies for our expeditionary force.
Thank you, Sukiro. I do my best.
VAing is very fun. It is so fun to do, especially when like there's interesting characters, and you get to do fun things like giving speeches with them playing off of each other. It's fun. Also, Tachi, can you repost the clip for the audio stuff that you had me do earlier in the stream? That was fun. I think people might like that clip. Those 2 clips.
That was really quite nerve-wracking. It's the first time I've really put the royal foot down like that. I was pleased to see it went better than I'd expected, thanks to the militia's commendable efforts to gain the favour of the nobles. Sure, there was a bit of an uproar in the middle, but overall I cannot argue with the results.
I didn't think they'd oppose you so brazenly like that. But you kept a cool head and took command of the situation. Watching you shut them down made my heart swell with pride. Truly a performance worthy of our Majesty.
You are magnificent, Your Majesty. I'm so glad I took the risk of setting out for Tara.
You revealed a new facet of yourself tonight. Much more so than in the past, your resolve was on full display. And your choice recollection of the scriptures put the hypocrisy on full display before everyone. Those with close ties to the Pontiff's court will no doubt find it more challenging now to raise their voices in opposition.
Yes, well...
She's trying with limited success to hide her blushing embarrassment at receiving genuine praise by coughing and pretending to clear her throat.
Well, Militian, much of tonight's success I owe to you. Many who have doubted my decision readily acquiesced after hearing that the famous militia was partnering with me in this endeavour. Furthermore, the effects of your efforts to drum up positive public opinion cannot be overstated. I completely understand if in your eyes it seemed as though I was using your renown in a calculated bid to garner support. I'm used to it by now. People are always asking me for help all the time. I love teaching though, but people actually don't ask for teaching as much as you might think. It's a little saddening. But one day, hopefully there will be more.
Oh no. Then, because of me, because I posted that petition, militia came. I'm so sorry. It was never my intent to inconvenience you. Well, the truth is, Ruders seldom appoint specific people to resolve cases like this. Those matters are usually handled by other administrators. This is actually a great honor. A sign your outstanding merit and trustworthiness have been recognized by the ruler of the kingdom. But you should be hard-pressed to find anyone in Iran who hasn't at least heard of the militia. Just so. But this appointment puts real stock in her abilities rather than vague rumors of a hero roaming the countryside doing good deeds that much of the citizenry is probably familiar with. Marie faintly but clearly glares at Piran. Yeah. You're scary, Miss Merlene. I'm gonna go hide in a corner. If the two of you are quite finished acting like children, you're free to rejoin the adult circle any time. Do try to remember you're in the presence of Her Majesty the Queen, Irowen. Come, the two of you will be travelling partners in the days ahead. It's in your own interest to maintain good relations. Ultimately, though, it's true that I ask this favour of the militia. It is precisely because you are someone that I acknowledge and respect that I wish to appoint you as the captain of the expeditionary force. Under more normal circumstances, I'd award you a formal title in recognition of your tireless efforts, and you would receive the Cardinal's blessing before a great audience. But with things the way they are, it's simply not possible right now. The Pontiff's court and their followers are more contentious than ever, and we have no way to reliably discourage their behavior. I'm sorry. So much of the contention is because I'm an follower of the Order of Hierarch. I would never trouble you also were it not for the fact that our community of believers is truly in dire straits. Not long ago, I was attending one of our Order's regular gatherings. It was at that meeting that I first learned of the terrible fate that had already befallen so many of us. When I read your petition, a number of the particulars immediately led out at me as being highly suspicious. But even beyond that, I cannot turn a blind eye to people such grievous harm. Ow, my neck! Thank you, Spiro. That's partly why I thought it critically important to dispatch an expeditionary force without delay and begin a full investigation. Whatever rumours may arise and spread within the royal castle, the quarters result of my actions are my responsibility, not yours, and I shall do whatever it takes to quell them. It may not seem like it, but I'm really trying to give this my all. You saw a lady during the banquet, right? I'm no longer a princess who must hide behind others. I want to be a queen who leads with confidence. The people of Ilalek are who I value most. That's why, as their regent, I would like to ask, or rather, to command you in good faith, Militian, to investigate these worrisome incidents surrounding the Order of Hierarch, and to bring a resolution to them. I feel her unwavering resolve in her firm verse and violet eyes. Prawn gawks at me half-wired through his tousled russet locks. I must confess, Militian, I had no clue what was happening back in the ballroom. It went way over my head. To be honest, it's a bit scary being somewhere with so many strangers. Certainly didn't help that those people from the Pontiff's court and the Order of Lamellar kept glaring at me. It wasn't the friendliest of receptions, is what I'm getting at. But then I saw you enter the room, and I thought I must be dreaming. It seemed almost too incredible of a coincidence. My rescuer, my guide who helped me reach Tara safely was right there in that very room. Whoops. I wanted to do a thingy. I wanted to copy thingy.
Peru, I think you would. Oh wait, I don't know if you were here for this, but I think you would like that. Sorry, I gave you the wrong. I did the wrong link. Here, I think you would like this.
I'm rather shy and easily frightened. You probably guessed by now, and not terribly sharp at times. I have the tendency to get lost too, which you've seen personally. But regardless of how difficult the effort may be, I can't simply stand idle and watch my friends, family, and other followers suffer these terrible things that have befallen us any longer. I knew if we were to survive, I had to act. I must act, no matter how difficult it would be. I needed to find someone who could help us. Ugh, look at me here, talking your ear off. I tend to get a bit carried away and babble on. You know, everything that happened reminded me of a verse from the Hymeric scriptures. Stay not thy hand from taking action. Close not thy mind to possibility. I know I may be lacking in many respects, but I mustered up every last drop of courage to make the trek here. That's how I came to meet you. And think, I'll be traveling with you as part of the expeditionary force. At the very least, I'll try not to slow everyone else down. I'm always willing to talk with any followers of Heimerk we meet to see if they have any clues they could share. Or, take on any other number of odd jobs to help everyone out. I want to be useful. Really pull my weight. I'm serious about this. I don't want to be a liability. I don't know how long we'll be traveling together for, but as long as we do, I'm looking forward to giving each day my all, side by side with you.
We're almost there. A woman is looking at me, her clear, aqua blue eyes and lips set in firm resolve bespoke her stern, cautious nature. Wow, I can't English right now.
I want to thank you again for agreeing to Her Majesty's request.
Marley bows deeply before me. You are a knight who guards Erewhon?
A knight, huh? I'm not a knight. Not in any official capacity, anyway. I never served as a squire cadet and never went through any of the standard training knights typically do. I'm not even particularly skilled in swordplay. But rare is the mark who's able to escape the bolts from my bow. It was a great honor to be recognized for my skill by Her Majesty. That's how I became part of the Royal Guard, though I still wonder some days if I truly deserve it. Royal Guard sounds like a rather lofty title, but my primary duty is to deal with those who try to assassinate Erewhon, and gladly would I do it. Everything I have is thanks to her. Since Her Majesty had no choice but to send someone important to her, she requested that I aid you in whatever way I am able. I don't like to leave her aside, but it hardens me to know that Her Majesty places that much faith in me, and to know that helping you is the best way to help her. I look forward to working with you, Militian. You can depend on me to watch your back. I'll do my best to remove minor distractions so you can focus on the big things that may come our way. Did you have a chance to discuss things with the others? For the present, I'll be remaining here in the royal castle, providing support for Sinead and Erewhon in matters concerning the expeditionary force. What, were you expecting me to join you? I'm not exactly the most imposing physical specimen. And, of course, there's the issue of my prolonged absence from the circles of high society. That being the case, I'll be using this time to re-ingratiate myself with the nobility's movers and shakers. You already have your own burden to bear. There's no need to add more weight to it, is there?
A burden? Willowin flashes his enigmatic smile, looking squarely at me. His eyes narrow when the others take notice of it.
Oh, I'm really sorry.
Come, there's no need to apologize. Just acknowledge it and move on. Willowin, you really need to learn to keep that tongue of yours in check.
My apologies, it just comes naturally to me. Still, this is one of those things that's so plainly apparent that it runs the risk of being glossed over. And so I admonish you, do not gloss over it. We've managed to overcome the first hurdle, getting broad approval for the deployment of an expeditionary force, but never forget that many are even now suffering because of these incidents. In order to take any sort of decisive action, we need information. Once we find out who's doing this and why, we can stop them before they're able to harm anyone else. I think a good place to start would be to find those victims who managed to escape and listen to what they have to tell us. I'm sure that, as we hear their stories, common elements will emerge. For example, we may discover a common motive of hatred toward the Order of Heimerarch. That's impossible. The members of our church are all such nice people.
People's feelings towards one another are quite subjective. Relations are relative to one's perspective. Someone who is unfailingly kind to you might be ruthless and cold toward another, and neither of you would be untrue, even though they are of the same person.
In the worst case, someone might feign friendliness and warmth to get me to lower my guard, then stab me in the back. Such is the reality of nobility. That's not possible. Many unpleasant things are possible, I'm afraid to say. We possess few details, but as Malid said, it's reasonable to start with the assumption that this is the work of someone who builds ill will toward the Order of Hammerlock. According to Pran's petition, people in every region of Arin have suffered at the hands of this persecution. You remember when you first rescued me, right? There were others like me who just barely managed to make their escape. Some were able to return home, but many have yet to be found. No doubt they fear if they were to return, their families' hiding places would be discovered. Then, as I suggested before, I think our first order of business should be to find them and see what they remember. But before even that, we have a much more elementary question to answer. Where are they? Based on what Pran said, I guess they're wandering the kingdom so as to not to unwillingly reveal other believers in Hammerog to whoever is doing this. Indeed, none of them would wish their family and friends to suffer as they have. Looks like we're nobody's starting point than that. As the head of the expeditionary force, you need to track down these escaped victims with all haste. It sounds simple enough to say it, but how do you suggest we scour the whole of the continent, Lewin? Kindly refrain from making any grandstanding declarations when you won't be the one doing any of the legwork. Well, someone has to remain here to support Irowen. Someone possessed of a clever wit to work on her behalf so she's able to turn aside the barbs of the Pontiff's court without any sign of weakness. And you know full well there's no one who would serve in that role more effectively than I. On the matter of the expeditionary force, you can be sure House Sinislark will stand with Irowen. Isn't that so, Morlead? Indeed. I will head out immediately to seek after the missing followers of Hammerog. However, if word reaches me that you've caused any setbacks to Her Majesty's plans, I won't stand idly by. You'll have to answer to me. Well, that goes without saying. Now then, there's no need to delay your departure any longer. We must act discreetly and in haste. Merlade heads toward the grand-haired hut wearing a stern expression. Miss Merlade, wait for me! What should I do when she just takes off like that? I guess I'll just follow her for now and try to keep up. I think we should start by investigating the location where you saved me from my captors. I was so shocked at everything that was going on, there might be a clue that I missed. I'll let Marlene know and we'll wait for you there. Hey! Miss Marlene! Please wait! Wait for me! Paran rushes after Marlene. Well then, Irowen, I shall presently take my leave as well. Very well, but remember, I'll be relying on you in the days to come, Lilywin. As he gracefully bids farewell and turns to leave, his eyes meet mine. Meet me in the great hall, he whispers to me as he passes by. Relation, do be careful out there. If you find yourself in trouble, ask Marlene for help. She may be slow to warm to new people, but she is really very kind. I leave her in your care. Of course, I'm sure everything will be fine. This is you we're talking about. But it never hurts to exercise caution. Yay! Wait, are we still in the same quest? Wow, this was a much longer quest than I expected it was going to be. But I think this is the last step of it. I was like, oh yeah, I'll just do one more step. Good. You're going to seriously damage my neck one of these days. The hall, which had earlier been bustling with the hum of nobles and other aristocrats, awaiting the banquet, now stands as silent as the paintings arrayed on its stone walls. Nobles are never interested in the matter insofar as it concerns their coffers or their precious honor. I say this as a member of that self-same class, but Marlade's long-standing skepticism of the aristocracy has its root in the truth of it. But you're already aware of that, no? Yep. This may seem an oddly informal inquiry, but have you been well? I'd hoped we might enjoy a cup of tea together when next we met, but it appears circumstances have already swept you into another matter that promises to run deeper than it seems. I hope it didn't come as too great a surprise when I acted as though this was our first meeting. Why did it become known that you and I were previously acquainted? It might raise questions about the nature of our association that I would prefer others not ask. How is my ruse? Believable? I didn't fail to notice your discomfort, so thank you for playing along. Lily then suddenly scans the surroundings to make sure no one else is around.
This particular case is one of a number that the Alban Knights have been keeping a close watch on ever since the reports first reached us. The high-ups don't really take any potential or interest in the orders that venerate the three gods under Tonsimony. Well, that said, 2 of the 3 denominations have dwindled greatly in number. To maintain good relations among nobles with ties to the Pontiff's court, I have presented myself as a believer of Lamlark. The orders are far more alike than any of their adherents would ever acknowledge. The main differences lie in how each interprets the teachings of Tonsimony, but fundamentally, all 3 orders spring from the same root. But a series of crimes that seem to specifically target worshippers of one particular order raises questions. Why would someone target a group that's a minority at best, and one whose members can be challenged to find in the first place? Many of the other higher-ups suggested we simply continue to observe the situation, but... I don't know. There's something about all this that doesn't sit right with me. Like there's more to what's going on than just a rash of serial kidnappings. That's why, at Marlene's behest, I decided to ally myself with Her Majesty's supporters and aid her with the expeditionary force you've been conscripted into taking charge of. Actually, the commander, upon hearing that you would be taking part in these operations, he said I ought to position myself at the heart of things to better gather any relevant information and assist you. Phew. As you've likely surmised, there is some level of politicking involved. The Royal Castle wants to resolve this case, of course, but they also hope to shore up greater support for Her Majesty while weakening the influence of the Pontiff's court. Appalling, isn't it? The way those with influence would capitalize on any opportunity to seize greater power. Who can say whether they ultimately care about the lives lost in the process? At any rate, there are more people that you might realize keeping close watch on this case. I, for my part, will be reporting the details to my superiors. Reinforcements from the Royal Castle and support in other matters will be provided after I discuss this with Aaron. It was good to see you again after what seemed like so long. I didn't know when next I'd get the opportunity, given the state of affairs in the castle. Brian and Marlene said they'd await your arrival in the initial investigation site. You probably ought not keep them waiting, Melitian. You've seen how Marlene can be. I won't mince words. This investigation will not be easy. But if there's someone whose tireless work can uncover the truth, surely that person is you. The commander, too, worries about you constantly. Believe me, you're never far from his thoughts.
Yay! We're done. Yahoo! And that was the first few quests of G20. I tried my best. Phew. Okay. Hopefully you enjoyed the voice acting today.
It was really good.
Thank you. Compliments like that make it worth the effort to continue. And people were saying, thank yous for the heart.
People were saying what?
And Sukiro said it made them want to practice VAing. So that's a good compliment as well. Phew, today was a lot of work. I'm thinking I'll probably, if I'm not doing content with chat, I'll probably do this if I'm not doing Crom. We'll see. I have a trip to make next week. Oh, that's a big one. Wow, thank
You're
you.
going on a trip next week.
Yeah. So I won't be streaming on Friday or Saturday. I usually don't stream on Sunday or Monday, so that's fine. But
Excited about your trip?
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's a bit of a long drive, but it should be fun. I haven't packed yet, so I gotta do that at some point next week. It's a little early to pack anyway, but yeah, I'm really looking forward.
It's only Friday.
I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope all of you look forward to the continuation of this series as well. I am truly thankful for your support today, though hopefully I can get to 350 this month so that then I can do the big giveaway as well. Oop, excuse me, as well as celebrating my stream anniversary. I actually started around this time in November of last year, so I mean September of last year in terms of being an affiliate, so almost there. Anyway, thank you everyone. I am truly thankful for your support, and I hope that you will continue to support me next time, and I hope to see you in the next stream. Next stream is tomorrow for more Aki rigging, and I'm very thankful for everyone. Thank you all so much for today, and I hope that you'll have a wonderful night. Please take care, everyone. I'll rate us out. Thank you for your support today, and I hope that you have the most wonderful night and have a wonderful weekend. Hopefully, I'll see you soon. Take care.